when the kids are playing at the pool, it's really important for the parents always to make sure we always have a water watcher. We need to always make sure we're having someone watching the pool. But as you can see, the parents today are not quite paying attention to what's going on in the pool. Like they're in a conversation with each other, playing with their phones. And it looks like we have one of the children that's kind of moving into the deeper water where he can't quite stand. And it doesn't look like any of the parents see what's going on right now.
Help! Help! Somebody! Help! 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 Help!
Oh my God!
Help! Somebody!
Help!
As you can see right now, one of the parents is clearing the pool right now. When something goes on in the pool, we always want to make sure that we clear the pool so we don't have any future accidents happen at the pool.
Call 911!
Here we have one of the parents that's on dispatch, calling the 911 dispatcher right now.
Yes, no, he's not breathing. He's not breathing.
She's pointing out what's going on at the scene.
He's not breathing.
Remember that we do have a child unconscious that is not breathing and that we have started performing CPR. The dispatcher on the phone right now is confirming that the person does know CPR, and that if they do not, the dispatcher can help them out with directions on what to do. Fortunately, in this situation, the mother here has taken a CPR class and knows how to perform CPR, and that's very valuable because that's going to earn some extra time to hopefully revive this child. The child that went down obviously is not a very good swimmer. And in this case, it would have been a good idea to wear an approved flotation device, like a life jacket that's Coast Guard approved. We always want to make sure that we have a water watcher on duty. There's always one parent at least in charge of watching the water. And there's water watcher tags that you can wear around your neck that's clear on who's always in charge. There's not a situation where there's a miscommunication of who should be in charge for that day. And sometimes you can take 15-minute shifts. The person that's in charge should not have a cell phone on them, and they should not be talking to their parents. They should be standing poolside watching the children at all times. It's very important to stay calm. You want to state the emergency. You want to listen to the directions of the dispatcher. It's always important to have your phone readily available when you're at a pool, because in this situation, there's not a public phone in sight. You always want to know the address of the location of where you are at all times at the pool. So if you're at a friend's house, at a community pool or barbecue, you need to know the address, because the dispatcher will not know the address when you call from your cell phone. It's very important that you explain to them so they can relay that information off to the dispatch. As you can see right now, the ambulance and fire engine is still not here yet, because it does take 3 to 5 minutes when you make that 911 call to actually get the responders to come to the pool. So it's very valuable that the parent knows CPR and knows what to do, so we can keep the heart rate going. As you can see, it was really important to evacuate the pool because we wanted to prevent other drownings. There are many accidents reported that when there's one accident reported, there's many others that follow, because everyone tends to panic and no one is supervising the other children in the pool. So it's always important to evacuate the pool. You want to keep everyone calm. We always want to make sure that we keep the area around the scene clear. We want to make sure the kids are not nearby while we're performing the CPR. So the other parent is there to assist, to relieve the person giving CPR, because it's very tiring when you have to give CPR, because you have to actually compress the chest all the way down. Many times when you perform CPR, you do have cracked or bruised ribs, and that is okay, because the important thing is to make sure that they are breathing, that we are circulating blood through the system. We have one of the parents, as you can see, that made the 911 call, flagging down the fire people so they know where the entrance to the gate is. Do not assume they know how to enter the pool. Them know where they are. They are here right now. Okay, we have the supervisor on scene right now. The parent is giving them the situation. That we have a drowning in the pool, the child has stopped breathing, and that they've been performing CPR for approximately the last 3 minutes. We do not know what happened. No one saw the child move to the deep end. We don't know if he dove in or hit his head at the bottom of the pool. No one saw what happened, so we're going to treat this with all precautions necessary.
I don't know if he hit his head. He could have hit his head on the bottom of the pool. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so the firefighters are going to take over, and they're going to ask that the responders back away.
One of the most important things to do is continue CPR while the firefighters are still here, and they'll direct you when they're going to take over. If you notice, the firefighters are going to start doing C-spine. We don't know what the mechanism of the injury was, if he hit his head or anything, or just simply drowned, but we always take the precaution to do C-spine. And all the time we're doing this, we're maintaining CPR. And remember, maintain CPR early and continue CPR is very important. Without blood flowing, you have brain damage, and it occurs very rapidly. Damage usually starts within about 1 minute. The captain in the red helmet, he's getting information from the parents to see how close we can get to know exactly what happened, so when we talk to the hospital, we can relay that information to them. The fire department personnel will be putting pads on the victim to do a quick look at the heart, and if necessary, they will shock. But this also shows what kind of rhythm the heart is giving. And in most cases, we'll also start an IV, but we're not going to simulate that. Did everyone notice that it took about 3 minutes for the fire department to get here? It didn't seem like forever. And this all probably could have been avoidable if just pay attention to your children in the pool.
Good job.
En route to the hospital, the paramedics make base contact to the hospital and continue advanced life support. But we'll take instructions from the hospital. We're lucky here in Sierra Madre, we have about a 5 to 7 minute ETA to the hospital with Arcadia Methodist. And about a 10 minute ETA to Huntington. As you see, it's a warm day, we keep them covered up, going in the shot. some of the complications from near drowning can be pneumonia, brain damage, becoming septic, or any number of lung problems. This is why all near drowning victims should see a physician. And in the case of a dry drowning, it's when the throat closes up as a defense mechanism. We also will treat that as a full arrest and also transport to the hospital.
We want to make sure that we always practice the safer threes or the ABCs of swimming. Safer threes, we always want to make sure we have safe water. The water is always nice and safe to go into. It's clear, it's not a rip tide if you're in the ocean. You always want to make sure the water's safe. You always want to make sure you have safe barriers around the pool. Your fences are in good shape. They're always locked and closed. You always want to make sure you get the supervision. You always want to make sure you have someone watching the pool, and it's very important to have a water watcher at all times assigned to the pool. Even though the children know how to swim, there's lots of things that can happen in the pool where children can get stuck underneath the mat, they can hold their breath too long under the water and they can pass out. They can be held under water by another child. There's lots of things that can happen in the water, so it's very important that you don't take anything for granted and that you always have someone responsible for watching the water at all times. In this situation, we were very fortunate because the mother knew CPR, and that's what we encourage everyone here. If you do not know CPR, we ask that you please look into doing that. There's only 2 to 3 hours, about 3-hour courses that you can take, and they range from about $30 to $45. There are some places that offer them for free. And they do go over infant CPR, child, and adult CPR because it is different for all the children based on their ages. Once again, we were very fortunate because the mother did know CPR and was able to respond and to keep the child's blood system moving along, to keep the blood flow going. When the firefighters came, they did use a defibrillator and they were able to get the child to regain consciousness. So when the child did leave today, the child was breathing and was conscious, and they are going to be taking the child to the hospital to get checked out. This all could have been avoidable today if we just had someone in charge of watching the water at all times. We also want to make sure the children know how to swim, because that will also give you some more time to respond to a situation that occurs. Even though your child may know how to swim, you want to make sure that they're a strong enough swimmer so when they do go to the ocean or the river, they could actually swim through a current, or they could swim when someone is pulling them underwater. Today's situation was an exercise to show everyone what could happen at the pool. But the pool is a safe place to go to if you just follow the proper procedures and making sure that you do have the safe water and the safe barriers and the supervision present when you're having a party. So we ask all the children today that when you guys enter the pool, please make sure that your moms are watching you, that your parents are watching you. If they're not, it's okay to remind them, hey mommy and daddy, you're supposed to be watching me when I'm in the pool, all right? So you guys could always remind your mommies and daddies of what to do, okay? So they can keep a close eye on you to make sure that you're okay. And we were very fortunate enough that the other kids in the pool did see what was going on, because we thought what would have happened if they would have waited more time to respond. Luckily, the child was able to, once again, regain consciousness. And the child is okay, and this was just an exercise today. We hope everyone enjoyed. The fire engines and ambulance are going to be on standby here, so if you guys would like to tour the ambulance or the fire engine, they would be happy to show you around. Also, we're going to open up the pool for free swim at this time. And so we're going to have lifeguards on duty to watch the pool, but we also ask the parents to please keep an eye on your children. We do have New York Life here, who has a child ID program, and they're set up in the blue tent down there. So if you'd like to get your children registered in the program, you can go ahead and visit them at the blue tent. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out today. Once again, the pool is open for free swim at this time. Thank you so much.